Welcome everyone. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but we're here now. So welcome. I have Siddharth with me, and Siddharth, yeah, I can see Siddharth now. Awesome. Welcome everyone. Thanks for jumping on this new meeting. Um, so we're gonna start right now, and I will have to share my slides. Why don't we start, Siddharth, maybe with your story as I'm sharing my slides. So, Siddharth, I'm so happy to have you here with us here today. Siddharth has been such an amazing speaker at the Innovate QA conference. He's an Amazon employee and he does so much for the community. And this is why I wanted to have him here with us today. So, Siddharth, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you get to basically helping the
Yeah,
community and building your visibility and your personal brand
yes,
on LinkedIn?
yes. So, hi folks, thanks for joining. And it's just to start with, everything for me started in 2018, I guess, 2018, 2019. So the region I have focused more, just to give a little bit of introduction, which you guys may aware of me. So I work as an estate in Amazon. Before that, also I worked for around 6 to 7 organization, mostly in India and Canada. Currently, I'm working in US. And apart from my day-to-day job, I put a lot of effort after my work time into preparing or build my profile on LinkedIn, on Medium, on multiple places, which we will discuss further in the session. But before to that, why exactly I started doing it? It all started in 2018, 2019. The reason was that at some point, your personal branding will help you to grow faster as compared to your usual growth. Now, how that impact? So, for example, in my case, how it helps me to, and to let you know, guys, I get my Amazon job from LinkedIn. So definitely it has a huge difference. Before that, I have applied multiple times, but I never used to get call. Once my LinkedIn profile is better, more structured, I started getting calls from a lot of product companies, mostly the Mang. I started getting calls after 2019 and or after putting 6 months of barely effort. 2019 2020 I started getting calls from these companies. That is the first benefit. Second benefit you usually get by building your own branding is like you will have many good genuine connection. Genuine connection means maybe you have 50,000 connections, but when you are going through a layoff or you are going through a trouble, can you ping someone to help you out? That exactly matters, right? Honest, that's what I call them, that those are your real connections, because you can ping them that okay, I'm going through a layoff, or can you help me, can you refer? Because trust me, if you are going through a layoff, then referral are the most important thing, because at some point we need those referrals, at least when you are in a senior role, because it's very difficult to get a job after 7 years, 10 years. So why the reason is that it's not the number of job is definitely less when you grow with your years of experience. So that is another thing which Tatyana will pick couple of points from here. So I have put my top mate YouTube and LinkedIn over here. I guess Tatyana, you can give a little bit of introduction about
Yeah.
you, and then we can start with the slide. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I've been in tech for a long time, for 20 plus years, but I only discovered LinkedIn and building my only brand only a couple of years ago, when I found myself out of a job in a tough market. And I started looking around LinkedIn and I realized that that's an amazing place to network, to build your brand and to find the potential, partners and potential employers. So I started posting on LinkedIn, and there are a lot of opportunities that opened up for me as I started doing this. One of the things for me that happened was I met Anna Roisman a couple years ago, and one thing led to another. We decided that we're gonna organize Innovate QA conference in Seattle, and that all started because I was on LinkedIn and I was connecting with people and I was posting. And this is how Innovate QA conference have started. If some of you don't know, guys, Innovate QA is a quality engineering conference that I've started 3 years ago with Anna Roisman. And we're going to have a third conference this year in June, June 4, 5 here in Seattle. So I've met so many wonderful people who open doors for me on LinkedIn by being present and building my LinkedIn presence. So I definitely agree with you, Siddharth, and this is what we want to talk about today: is how do you future-proof your career? Right now, their market is really tough, as most probably a lot of you know. Uh, the tech landscape is going through a lot of changes and transformation. Not only it's hard to find a job, but organizations are also changing their priorities. There are layoffs, there are AI transformations that are happening. So we're definitely living in a very volatile times in the tech world. So visibility is the opportunity. And so that's what we want to talk to you today about. How do you build your visibility, and what are the platforms where you can do this? So the employers will notice you and they will know kind of who you are and what you have to bring to the table. So it's easier for you to find your next opportunity and your next job. So let's see what else where is my next slide here? Hold on. Oh, there you go. Okay. So back. So this is the 5 platforms that we want to talk to you about. And Siddharth, do you want to pick one and just kind of start on that?
Sure. So let's start with let's give a little bit of context. We all are using AI, so let's give a little bit of context. Like, let's assume you are going through a layoff, right? Or you know that, okay, your role may get impacted. The first, before these 5 things, the first 3 things that you should do, which I always think like a pre-setup, right? Pre-setup to this is like, when you get the news about the layoff, first accept it, because I have seen it sometimes it takes time to accept it, because unless you accept it you cannot reach here, because you always feel like, why am I in this situation, or why. So first of all, just think that, accept the truth that, okay, layoff has happened. And second thing, you need to realize it's not about you or your technical expertise. Okay, sometimes your role is not relevant to your organizational growth. So don't blame yourself, because I talk to a lot of folks on TopMat and they always tell me that I could have done something better. No, you may have done something better, but be sure that it's not about your technical expertise. Okay, your role is not relevant to organizational growth, so there is nothing you can do better. Okay, second thing, right? Third thing, always realize that if you are already in a job, you have already able to crack the previous job, then you will definitely get the another one. Okay, after you realize this thing, and take 2-3 days to calm yourself and realize these 3 things, because if you don't realize these 3 things, you will put your effort half-hearted. Okay, you will always feel like, okay, it may not work for me, what I will do if I will not get a job, how I will pay the EMI. Those are all realistic things, right, which we think about. So first, this 3 pre-setup, then come to this slide. Okay, in this slide, let's talk about the LinkedIn. Okay, so LinkedIn, I have a very detailed video which I have put in the last slide. I have put the link, watch that one for detailed one. But overall, what you should do on your LinkedIn first, 3 things you should definitely do, folks. Reach out to peers, get the recommendation. Okay, that is the first thing, because see, once you are in touch with them, they will help you. Don't assume that, okay, they are my very good friends. After all, they are professional friends. Okay, so after a 15 days, 30 days gap, nobody will even respond to you. Okay, I'm not saying negative, but it happens to a lot of folks. Okay, I talk to my mentees and I tell them, ask your folks. They told that we are not getting response. So it's a very usual process, and nobody to blame here. Okay, it's a normal process. So you need to be smart. Take the recommendation as quick as possible, immediately. Okay, talk to your manager and get the recommendation from him first. Okay, that is the first thing you should do. Second thing, what you should do, go and change your headline immediately. Okay, because in LinkedIn, your headline matters a lot. If your headline does not have your skill set, then very less probability people may look at your profile. Why I'm talking about your headline? Headline usually means the first thing that you see in a LinkedIn profile, right? So people sometimes don't have time to scroll down your profile, check all the skills that has been mentioned, and then derive what you do. So put it in the headline. For example, you are putting like automation engineer, web automation with Selenium, API automation with REST Assure, CI/CD with Jenkins, source code repository with Git, cloud with AWS. At least mention this on your headline if you are preparing for a SDET role. So now whoever looks at your profile, he get a very kind of short, he will be able to figure out that okay, this is an automation SDET role, right? So now sometime we put it in the skills, but our headline is very vague, like I have seen QA, means QA professional, or I have sometimes seen some absurd headline which is not even relevant to QA. So I always prefer that put it a professional one and mention your skills. This is the second thing, right? Recommendation headline. Third thing you should quickly do on your LinkedIn is there is an option to add your GitHub project into your LinkedIn. Okay, so always do that, because no matter how much you write in your skills, right, the person who is shortlisting your profile need artifacts, right? He also need to answer that okay, this guy has mentioned everything, but where is the artifact? So attach your GitHub project on your LinkedIn. On the top of your LinkedIn, when you scroll your profile, you will find that add GitHub project. Okay. So now that's why the GitHub and LinkedIn both needs to be properly on sync. Okay. I have seen profile where their resume, their LinkedIn and GitHub are narrating three different stories. Make sure your GitHub about section, your LinkedIn about section, your resume professional summary section, these three things are exactly same. In fact, to my mentees, I ask them copy paste. No need to take risk. Okay, every three things should narrate the same story, because sometimes what we do, we forget to update. And I have seen profile where GitHub is backend developer, LinkedIn is kind of SDET because they didn't find backend developer role, they are trying for SDET. So it will not work out. Okay, and nowadays people have time. Okay, with AI, so they will deep dive into everything.
Yeah.
So don't
And
take it lightly
I
that they will not.
definitely agree with that. Make sure that your LinkedIn has the full description of what you've done in your roles, and also add the skills, because the skills is how the recruiters are search. So make sure that each of the positions you get on LinkedIn has the skills attached to it. And yes, your LinkedIn has to shine. Please don't focus on your resume and abandon your LinkedIn, right? So we're just
True.
talking about how does your page kind of looks on LinkedIn. But Siddharth, do we want to talk about the building the personal brand on LinkedIn?
Yes. So yeah, I have attached a detailed video though people can watch, but to keep it in short, two line, how to prepare your LinkedIn brand, always use same hashtag. Okay, whenever you write. Okay, this is the first trick. So don't use random hashtag. Random hashtag means hashtag tech career, hashtag career in one post, and the next post hashtag QA, third post hashtag software testing. I have seen it. I may be wrong in it, but I have seen it. If you have noticed my blog, I all post on LinkedIn. I always use same hashtags. Okay, trust me, it will help you to build your brand around it, and LinkedIn algorithm may pick your profile to suggest to the recruiter. Okay, use the same hashtags. Don't change it very frequently, because when you use the same hashtag, LinkedIn algorithm will figure out that okay, this person is basically having skills in this thing. Correct. So I always recommend in personal branding do this. Second, in your initial days of personal branding, don't use AI or GPT. Okay, it really looks poor. So for example, I know there are a couple of folks we all use, right? But don't just put it in there and copy paste it and do it. It will decrease your visibility. There is an R&D I have done, folks. So whenever I write completely using GPT, because I want to check this, whenever I write completely using GPT, LinkedIn is not somehow suggesting my post to every folks. But when I write it of my own, then only it suggests more. That's why make sure you are not copy pasting directly from GPT. Use right hashtag. And the third tip, which I use a lot, always post at same time every day. Don't change your time very frequently. That doesn't work, because for you, if you see, for me at least, if you have seen, I post every day 9 a.m. IST, every day same time scheduled. Okay, so try to maintain the timing, hashtag, and less use of AI, which is little difficult these days, but yeah. So I guess these three things are properly aligned with the branding, and rest of the things will fall into place automatically. Means when you do it regularly, automatically LinkedIn will start suggesting your profile to rest of the folks.
Yes, and what I want to add to that as well is if you're trying to figure out what to write on LinkedIn, right? This is a lot of times is a challenge for folks. What do I have to offer, right? You can start with a simple posts where you just share who you are and what positions you're looking for if you're looking for a job. You can just once a week just make a post. Hey, here's who I am. Here's my skills. Here's what I'm looking for. Start with that, but then also ask yourself, what are you passionate about? What are some of your strong skills that you can share with the audience? And don't be afraid to kind of just start posting. There is this fear. What if I make a mistake? What if I, say something stupid and people are gonna, it's gonna ruin my chances of getting a job. So we have to get over that fear, and it gets easier. Believe me, like after 2-3 months of posting, you definitely build more confidence in your posting skills. So definitely encourage you guys to start posting at least 2-3 times a week. Start once a week, move to 2-3 times a week, especially if you don't have a job. This is a really good way to build your visibility.
Agree.
And we talked already about the GitHub, right? And so the importance of having the GitHub on your resume. This is a big bonus for you if someone can take a look at your GitHub and understand who you are. It's much easier to understand and evaluate the person based on GitHub compared to the resume, because the resume is just a bunch of words, right, that anyone can write or even use AI to write. So GitHub is super important. And then, Sid, I know that you've had a lot of success with Medium, and that's one of the platforms where you can actually earn money. So that we're moving into the platforms where you can actually make money at the same time as you're building your visibility. So I've never written on Medium, but I know a lot of people who did. If you like to write articles, then that's the place where you can post them, right? And you can also put your Medium link in the resume as well, because people could learn about you through your articles, understand your philosophy. And it's such a strong indicator that you're someone who leads, innovates, and shares the knowledge and mentors people. So definitely a great platform. Do you have anything else about Medium that you like, Sid?
For GitHub, I want to add one point that many people ask me that what kind of project I will upload on GitHub, right? Because you cannot upload your own projects. So try to pick any demo websites. You can find a lot of demo websites. Try to automate a couple of flow on it and upload. That is one tip. Second tip, don't upload similar kind of project multiple times. For example, if you are adding skills Selenium and Rest Assured, add one each from them, right? 2 Selenium projects is not going to help you much, right? Third thing to note in on GitHub part, don't push everything at one go. I have seen a lot of GitHub profiles. They've just pushed 2-3 projects in a day and then there is no activity for a month. So it is not going to add value. Okay, you need to maintain that you are regularly pushing your code. Okay, once a week or twice a week is very good duration, I guess. Bi-weekly is a very good duration to code push, but don't push at one go, because we usually reject these profiles because it is easily anyone can figure out that you have just downloaded it and uploaded it into GitHub. Okay, so make sure on that you are doing it in regular intervals. Medium, yes, Medium does pay you according to the rates. It may not be too high, but as Tatyana told that it will help you to stand out among the crowd, right? Because when you are going through a layoff, it's important to stand out. GitHub, LinkedIn, Medium, all those things will help you to stand out, because you cannot add additional skills. Selenium, rest assured, you cannot add anything extra over there. If you add also, the another person may have the same skill set. So these things will help you to stand out. Yeah, and Medium do have a little bit of scope of earning, but it may be little less. But yeah, if you have some product to sell, then Medium is a very nice way, because you can redirect those into your product, which TopMate also does, I guess. Yeah, TopMate is a very good one these days because everybody is using TopMate. You can help folks and you can get help. You can sell some product. For example, if you have some courses or anything, you can sell it on TopMate. It is really cool and good to try. I'm doing TopMate for around 2-3 years, and it's really pretty good.
Yeah, I also started doing TopMate, and the reason is not because kind of I wanted to make money, but because I built my LinkedIn presence. People started reaching out and asking like, "Hey, can you give me advice? Help me with the career growth?" and I just created it so it's an easy way for people to book time with me. That's a super convenient platform. I would really encourage you guys to think about it, especially if you're a senior engineer or a senior leader or a manager. There's so many things that you can offer to the people. So I started really small. I started offering mock interviews on TopMate because you know how the market is right now. People are have to practice to stand out in the interviews. It's not an easy market to get a job. So doing mock interviews is a good way to build confidence in your interviewing skills so you can come to the interviews prepared and you can stand out compared to other candidates. So think about the skills that you can offer. I love that, Sid, you're kind of up leveling the engineers and you're also mentoring people during the job search. This is a good way to kind of like generate the income, but also help others. And if you help others, they help you. I always think about it the two-way street this way, right? So check out the Top Mate. You can find us there, but you can also create your own profile and start, offering some of this help to others as well.
Agree.
And let's see. So we also have Graphy that we wanted to mention. So this is an interesting platform where you can offer not the articles, but actual video courses. So they have this cool new AI features where you create your avatar and your avatar can deliver courses, which is pretty awesome. So you guys can check this out. We were supposed to have someone from Graphy tell us a bit more about it, but I don't see them in the audience today. So you guys can check that out by yourself, or next time we can show you a demo on that. So let's see. Do you guys have any questions? If you have any questions, please put them in chat as we are kind of finishing up the presentation, and we can answer your questions as we go. So this is to summarize. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I should have done all of these slides that I had here. I skipped all of these slides. I'll share the slides with you guys. So this is the summary, basically like your action plan, right? So start with optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Start posting weekly, at least once a week. Start with your GitHub projects. Think about the 3 articles you can post on Medium. In the month 3 and 4, you could publish a first Medium article, keep maintaining your GitHub, engage daily on LinkedIn. And then you can even prepare to monetize these platforms. You don't have to, but that helps when you're looking for a job for a long time. The extra income doesn't hurt, right? And so as you are kind of publishing your articles, you can launch courses on Graphy and start taking mentorship calls on TopMate. So this is your roadmap basically to how to build your visibility, your brand, and survive the unemployment and the current market conditions. So we have some references for you here. Siddharth, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I have put the video on how to prepare your LinkedIn, more detailed one, more granular level, like what exact the changes needs to be done. So you can watch this video and you can set up a call on TopMate. I provided a TopMate link. And yes, I guess that's it from our end. Just to sum up a couple of things, folks. Most important, LinkedIn, definitely you should work on. GitHub, you should definitely spend time. And share LinkedIn and GitHub on your resume, okay, on the top. Okay, on the top you should mention your resume and LinkedIn. Make it hyperlink, don't put URLs, okay. Usually we see these mistakes very frequently while shortlisting resume. So don't use full URLs on your resume, always use hyperlinks, okay. LinkedIn, GitHub at least put 2 projects, okay. And as I told, don't push everything at one go. I'm reminding it again because your profile may get rejected for this reasons. Okay, many time people show that I have GitHub but still I'm getting rejected. The reason is this. And the last point, don't make your resume too lengthy, and don't use AI to write every lines. Okay, that is very bad practice. Okay, try to write whatever you have done. You can rephrase it with AI, but don't generate your entire content with AI. There is a website called as 0gpt.com. From this, anyone can figure out how much of your resume is generated with AI. Okay, so try to avoid generating AI resumes. Okay, try to spend couple of days on your resume. I guess Tatyana will also agree with me on this one because she also may already has shortlisted a lot of resume during her job with Microsoft, right?
Yeah. Yeah, resumes are definitely important. I'm trying to add this link in chat, you guys. Um, so see, I put all of your links on how to prepare the YouTube video and the top made account. I'll also put my top made account here in case you guys are interested how to organize one, right? So you can take our account as an example. Um,
Yes.
and I'll put this in chat.
There is one more website called as Upwork. If you guys are completely out of job and trying to find for a long time, then you can try Upwork. Okay, it has a lot of freelance projects. Some of my mentees has done it, and they are earning good over there. So give it a try, folks. Okay, if possible.
Yep. All right, and we have two questions. We have a couple questions here. So Ranjita is asking, any suggestions for posts for more visibility? And then Vinay is asking, what content should I post on LinkedIn?
Uh, Content should be relevant to your profile. For example, if I'm talking about automation estate, write about Selenium, Playwright, Rest Assured, right? Don't make it too lengthy at the initial days. Make it short so that it can be readable in mobile. Okay, that's a very important trick, folks. Okay, long post will not get high visibility. Make it short, just bullet points. Make the length, I guess, max to max 10 to 12 lines. But yeah, write whatever you are marketing on your resume.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit of work to kind of figure it out, what you are kind of maybe what you're good at and what can you teach others, right? But think about like in your workplace, what do you help others with? What are the most questions you get from your coworkers that you're helping them with? Maybe you're good at debugging. Maybe you're good at reviewing code. You can even write tips and tricks on how to review code. But my advice is for posts on LinkedIn, you don't need 5 ideas. You need one small tip that you want to focus on because people have very short focus, when they're scrolling through their LinkedIn feed. So find one tip like, hey, how to, one tip how to get better at debugging, or get better at debugging in 5 minutes by reading this, tip. So something, it has to be really small, digestible piece of information that people can be like, oh, I want to read that, right? And you get better as you kind of learn what people engage with and what people don't engage with. So don't think that you have to be perfect to start with. Start somewhere, and you're not going to be perfect. Forget about perfect to start with, but you're going to figure out what works and what doesn't.
True.
And I can even tell you, like, it will take you 3 to 6 months to kind of, first of all, figure out the kind of how to create the good content. And second of all, get noticed and get engagement with your new content. So we can talk about kind of tips and tricks about LinkedIn for a long time, probably for another session. But the important thing is to start and then get better every day with it, basically. And we have another question. How do I measure success on each of these career platforms? And how do I measure success? Yeah, so how do I measure success on each of these career platforms? Do you have any ideas, Siddharth?
Oh, I guess for LinkedIn, when you get enough calls, when HR started reaching out to you continuously, whenever you open your pings, there will be three pings from HR, DM from HR. But yeah, I guess that's the success criteria. And if you want to really do it full time, you can get some endorsement, right? You can get some brand endorsement. That also happens, but it takes time, but it will happen for sure, right?
Yeah.
And for Medium, you will start getting money, I guess. GitHub, it will never pay you, but yeah, GitHub is something you should definitely do, folks. It's a long game, but it will give you a lot of calls in future.
Yeah. Um, on LinkedIn, what I want to say is when people engage with my posts, I also learn things. So when I post something and people reply and respond, and there is a discussion going on, like we all benefit from it. So yes, we want to build the presence, but we also want to kind of build the community and learn from the community at the same time as build our own visibility. So you will get back it in multiple ways. First of all, you'll build the community who's going to be able to give back to you. You'll attract attention of the recruiters, and you'll also learn something. So I would say that much about the LinkedIn. And the other platforms, we talked about monetization and how you can earn money on those platforms. So that's how you can measure success of those platforms. But GitHub is probably the one which is harder to measure the outcome, the success. But if you could get a job, thanks to your GitHub, I think that would be a great measure. All right. Do we have any more questions?
I may need to drop now, Tatyana.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have any questions so far. I think we answered most of them. So I think we can just wrap it up. And thank you all of you who joined us on this new stream. Thanks for
Yeah.
jumping on. And I put all of the links for you guys to follow. I'll share this deck as well so you guys can review that.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time. I want to thank,
Mhm.
okay, Ranjita is asking for the session on the LinkedIn content. We can do that. I think between me and you, Sid, we have a lot of experience doing that.
Yeah, yeah. I will talk to Ranjita for sure.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you, Sid, for chatting with
Yeah.
me here today and sharing your expertise. Sid is an amazing mentor. You guys, if you need help, please use him. I put his links in chat.
Yeah. And
Uh,
thank you, Tatyana, because this is the first time I'm doing LinkedIn Live.
yeah.
I've been in LinkedIn for a long time. I have a great presence, but I've never did that because yeah, sometimes it's difficult to manage
Well, I'm so
everything.
happy you're trying something for the first time. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to our next chat and sharing more of the
Yeah.
wisdoms with people. So thank
Yes.
you
Yes.
all. Bye for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Thank you, folks. Bye bye.